Okay, so we're going to find the domain of a function that has logarithms in it. And I want to begin by looking at this function, log base 2 of x minus 3. And in fact, we have restrictions on log, so we'll have a restriction out of this. And even if I attach other stuff onto the end, plus 5x squared, the only thing that will be restricted is what we're taking the log of, because you can square any number and multiply it by 5, so there's no restriction on this x. So we're just interested in the x minus 3 part of this. So the first thing we're going to do is figure out where the x minus 3, the argument, is 0. And of course that is when x equals 3. Now we're going to investigate this further using a number line. So this number line will represent x values, and we want to cut the number line where x equals 3. Okay, and we want to plug in x values into the x minus 3, so I'll write that here, the argument. So clearly, if x is 3, right, this is the x number line, if x is 3, then x minus 3 is 0. Now I want to investigate numbers to the left of 3 for x and to the right of 3 for x. If I plug in a number smaller than x down here, a number smaller than 3 for x, like 2, then of course this is going to result in a negative number. A number smaller than 3, and then you take 3 away from it, you're going to get a negative number. So every x value in this region is going to make x minus 3 negative. If I plug in a number bigger than 3 for x, a number bigger than 3 minus 3, of course, is positive. So any number for x in this region, bigger than 3, will make x minus 3 positive. Now, I have to decide if x minus 3 in this function can be negative, 0, or positive. Well, x minus 3 cannot be negative. We can't take the log of a negative number. And in fact, if you want to try it in your calculator, do it, and you'll see that you'll get some sort of error. So that means no number from this region is in the domain. Because these are the x values, this will be our domain. Now, can 3 be in the domain? Well, 3 makes the argument x minus 3 0. Well, you can't take the log of 0 either. You should try that in your calculator. So that means this number is not in the domain, so we'll put an open circle on it. Now, can your argument be a positive number? Yes, it can. You can take the log of any positive number. So every number in this region is in the domain of this function. So the domain in interval notation is 3 to infinity, excluding the 3. And you might try some numbers from this region in this function and see that it makes sense. And you might try some numbers from this region and see that they don't work, and you might even try 3 to see that it doesn't work, to verify that this is the correct domain for this function.